So a couple of hours ago, I done a reality check before going for a nap, and I do this all the time whenever I'm going to bed at night, and as soon as I wake up in the morning I'll do a reality check. So basically the creator of the Lucid Dream Portal, or Lucid Dream Portal YouTube channel, and the Lucid Guide website, Daniel Love, I basically had a dream where I was in this kind of forest or like a park type area, and he was filming one of his VR, virtual reality videos. He was walking about with his big camera and stuff like that, and I was like, ah, there's Daniel Love. I can go out and sit and talk to him about stuff. This is like, why not? So I basically just sat and spoke to him about the SEO of YouTube and how hard it is when it comes to making videos and getting my channel recognised, that kind of stuff, just to see what he had to say about it. So he went to basically pack up his camera and clear up his stuff, and I thought, I'm going to go and do the toilet. So I went to do a piss, and it's funny because usually in a dream when you do a piss, it's usually like a kind of warning sign to wake up and go to the toilet. But I'd done this fully detailed, lengthy piss, and then went back to the spot where I was talking to Daniel and waiting for him. So I was sitting talking to him, and as I'm talking to him, he had his finger in his jumper like this, and as I'm talking away to him, he's got his finger in my mouth. Now I know it sounds weird, I mean you can't help what you dream about, but he's sitting with his finger, rubbing his finger through his jumper, around my gums, and I'm sitting there like, I just, if we try to do this and I can do this. Whilst I'm doing this, whilst I'm talking to him like this, in the background he's going zzz, zzz, as if he's kidding on that he's like a dentist or something. And I was thinking to myself, I get the hint, he's doing that to make it, he's trying to do something dreamlike, something that's unusual or out of place, so that I'll do a reality check to test if I'm dreaming. But in this dream, whilst I'm sitting there, this always happens, you always think that, like, you always assume that you're not dreaming. I know for a fact right now this isn't a dream. I mean, even though I'm sitting talking to him in the first place. But I decided to do one anyway, and I decided to do 3 really in-depth reality checks, 3 properly concentrated reality checks. The first one was just simple, looking at my hand and counting my fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what I usually do is I look away and I look back, but this time I decided to perform a reality check that I never use, which is a really effective one, pinching your nose and trying to breathe through your nose whilst you're pinching it. Because obviously, if you can still breathe through your nose, it means you're dreaming. Because when you try that when you're awake, you can't breathe obviously. As I was doing this, there was bits of air still getting through my nose, which sounds like, it was weird. It was hard to tell if it was a successful reality check or not, because it felt like no matter how hard I tried to close up my both nostrils, I couldn't, and I was always away for air to get in. And I think this comes from as well, watching a Giz Edwards video recently, and he was talking about that, how dreams where you can pinch your nose but the air still manages to get through. So because of that, I had that memory in the dream of one of Giz Edwards videos talking about this. So I decided, right, I'll do another one because this is a bit too, I don't know, it's not really working well. So I'll look away, I'll count my fingers again. So I'm counting my fingers, but the weird thing is, this is hard to explain. As I'm counting my fingers, I always do this thing where if it's any more than 5, that's no normal, because I've had dreams where I'm counting my fingers and I've got 6 or 7 fingers, but I persuade myself that that's normal. So I usually try and add that into my daily reality checks whenever I do them, to recognise that if it's more than 5, that's no normal. So I'm looking at my hand and I'm going 1, so it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I was like, that's fine. Oh no, wait a minute, I'll do that again. So I look away, look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was like that. But it's something I can't really explain. It's like dream logic. It just wasn't working very well. Although I was counting my fingers perfectly fine, and there was 5 fingers, but there wasn't at the same time. There was 6 still, and it kept coming to 6. And then I realised, I'm dreaming. It was like one of the weird things where, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but in Scotland anyway, people used to say everybody's technically got 11 fingers. How's that? Because 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, add 5 is 11. It was like one of their kind of things. So anyway, I realised that I was lucid. I became consciously aware that I was dreaming basically. I looked about, everything was incredibly detailed. I tried to ground and stabilise the dream, what I usually do. I made a video on this. I was questioning where I am currently lying, trying to guess where I actually am sleeping in the waking world. Like, where is my body sleeping? Is it in the living room, which usually is during a nap, or is it in the bedroom? just anything to kind of question myself, like kind of a dream routine, focusing on my senses. What can I see? What can I smell? Touching things, looking at things up close in detail. And I decided to look for Daniel. So that I could say thank you. Although I knew that at this point, because I know I'm dreaming, I knew that he was just going to be another dream character. But I thought it'd be funny just to say thanks for reminding me to do a reality check there, and then do something back for him. And how weird would that be if it turns out he had a dream that he was in a park and he met me and I was the reason for him becoming lucid? Like an actual shared dreaming experience. Please note that shared dreaming has not yet been proven. But aye, it's weird. Before I continue the dream, the weird thing is, because this was technically, well, this was a dream initiated lucid dream. I was in an already existing dream and something happened that caused me to become aware that I was dreaming. Something happened in a dream that caused me to have a lucid dream. Obviously in this case it was a reality check. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do. It's been a while since I've had a lucid dream. So I was left kinda trying not to get too excited, but also I was wanting to do something there and then just in case, because sometimes during a nap I wake up pretty quickly. The lucid dreams during naps for me aren't really that long. So that's why it's important for you to sometimes, or at least have a goal, have an idea or set the intention for what you want to actually do when you become lucid. Or you could just be like me and you end up just doing something random. But that random thing ended up being me looking for Daniel. I couldn't find him and I decided to just shout, "Thanks Daniel," whilst jumping up into the air pretending that I'm Neo for the Matrix and flying at hyperspeed. And as I was flying, I was going to do that there, but that's Superman. But it was like, I had my hands behind my back and I was flying as fast as I possibly could, like again the scene for the Matrix. And every now and again it was like a boost that would slow down and then zzz, and then slow down and then zzz, and then slow down. And I was trying to believe, and I was believing and knowing that it was going to work. Again, this is something that you should try in every lucid dream. If you're trying to fly through a window and it seems that there's some kind of barrier stopping you from flying through things, or turn a light switch on and it isn't working, believe and know it to work, and there's a higher chance of it actually working. So that's what I was doing as I was flying. But on top of that, I also added in this thing, like imagining that I was wearing a pair of rocket boots, that I had a button that could control it, like that bad guy for the Incredibles film, the first film, can't remember his name. But I was imagining, believing and knowing that I was going to be holding this button down, and I don't even know if the button was in my hand, I was just expecting it to be there, so that these rocket boots would just blast me. And that's all I wanted to do, just fly, 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 and see the feeling of it, just doing this one big, extremely long and straight road. It was pure amazing, but so simple at the same time. I woke up, again, done a reality check when I woke up, because it could have been a false awakening that I've entered into. And I had this idea that I wonder if, I know I said earlier that my lucid dreams during naps are kind of short, but I wonder if there's such a thing as an energy bar for dreams. For example, if you use up that energy, like in this case, rocket booting it down the sky, wait a minute, rocket booting it down the sky, flying down the street with rocket boots on at full power. I wonder if that's like burning up the dream's energy and it causes the length to be cut drastically. I don't know. Whereas if you're in a lucid dream and you're just like, you teleport somewhere, or you're manifesting somebody to appear, or you're driving a car, like the energy will go down slowly. But because I was like flying, it's maybe that's why it came to an end so quick. I don't know. That's something that's just, I just thought that's like a wee question for you to answer at the end of the video, anybody watching this. Anyway, if you like this kind of video where it's just me documenting one of my lucid dreams, then let me know down the bottom. I understand that listening to people's normal dreams is considered to be one of the most boring or annoying things, but if you like to listen to my lucid dreaming experiences, again, let me know. I used to do this when I first started getting into it. I used to look up other people's stuff on YouTube just to see what it is that they experienced and what it felt like. And again, that's essentially what this channel is as well. It's almost like a video diary of my experiences, whether it's meditation, lucid dreaming stuff and psychedelic stuff. And share the video, share it on your social media, with anybody you think it might help. Leave a like, a comment, that kind of stuff, as it helps the channel out. And if you're new here, then subscribe for more lucid dreaming, psychedelic and mindfulness, present moment awareness, meditation type content. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good one. Take care.